Why is sunflower oil so important in our daily lives? Sunflower oil is a fundamental ingredient in kitchens around the world. With its mild flavor and high versatility, it is one of the most used options for frying, cooking, and dressing foods. In addition to being a basic ingredient in the production of industrial products, such as margarines, sauces, and other processed food products. However, few people know the complex processes and technological advances required to turn those small sunflower seeds into the refined, quality oil we use every day. First of all, one of the main problems when making sunflower oil is the selection and harvesting of sunflower seeds. Seeds must be collected at the right time to ensure they have the optimal oil content. If harvested too early or too late, the seeds may not contain the amount of oil required for production. In addition, the seeds must be free of impurities and contaminants, which means that they must go through a cleaning and classification process before being processed. Once the sunflower seeds have been harvested and cleaned, the oil extraction process begins. This step can be done in different ways, but the two most common techniques are cold pressing and solvent extraction. Both methods have advantages and disadvantages, and their choice depends on the type of oil you want to obtain and the scale of production. In large-scale industry, the use of solvents to extract oil is the most common method, as it allows a greater amount of oil to be obtained from the seeds. However, cold pressing, which does not use chemicals, is preferred by consumers looking for a more natural and less processed product. One of the big challenges during the extraction process is ensuring that the quality of the oil is maintained. Oil extraction, especially when using solvents, must be done carefully to avoid oxidation or decomposition of the oil. The crude oil obtained in this phase may contain impurities, waxes, proteins, and other compounds that must be eliminated to obtain the oil we know. Otherwise, the oil may have an unpleasant taste, cloudy color, and reduced shelf life. Once the oil has been extracted from the sunflower seeds, the next challenge is the refining process. This process includes a series of stages, such as degumming, neutralization, bleaching, and deodorization, which aim to remove any impurities, unwanted colors, or bad odors, and ensure that the oil is suitable for consumption. Refining is critical because crude oil can contain compounds that affect not only appearance and flavor, but also its stability and shelf life. For example, compounds that cause rancidity in oils must be removed to ensure that the final product is safe and of high quality. One of the biggest problems in the refining process is the preservation of oil nutrients, such as essential fatty acids and vitamins, which can be reduced or eliminated during the processing phases. Therefore, factories must carefully balance refining methods to ensure that the oil does not lose its beneficial properties, especially when it comes to oils rich in unsaturated fatty acids. The most obvious challenge in manufacturing sunflower oil is mass production. To meet global demand, factories must process large quantities of sunflower seeds each day. Automation and cutting-edge technologies play a fundamental role in this process. Automated machines allow tasks such as cleaning, pressing, and oil extraction to be performed with a level of efficiency and precision that could not be achieved manually. However, large-scale production also poses risks, such as raw material variability. Weather conditions, crop problems, or changes in seed quality can affect the consistency of the oil produced. Additionally, due to high demand, sunflower oil factories must operate at full speed, which can lead to quality control issues if not managed properly. Oil storage conditions are also a major challenge, as oil must be stored in airtight containers and in cool conditions to prevent oxidation and deterioration. Another relevant challenge is environmental sustainability in the production of sunflower oil. Oil production, like any other agricultural product, has an ecological impact, especially when considering the use of water and fertilizers during the cultivation of sunflowers. In addition, factories must be responsible with the management of the waste they generate, such as the remains of seed shells or the byproducts of oil extraction. Many factories are implementing recycling and waste treatment practices to reduce their environmental impact and improve the sustainability of their production. One of the most important aspects of modern sunflower oil manufacturing is constant technological advancement. Factories are investing in new technologies to make production more efficient and less polluting. For example, renewable energy systems are being implemented, such as solar or wind, and many factories are using low-energy technologies to reduce their carbon footprint. Additionally, new extraction methods are being developed that are not only more efficient, but also more sustainable and less invasive. For example, supercritical CO2 extraction is an innovative technology that extracts oil without using chemical solvents, which not only improves the quality of the oil, but is also more environmentally friendly. As global awareness of environmental issues grows, sunflower oil factories are adopting methods that seek to be more eco-friendly. From reducing waste to using recyclable packaging, the industry is committed to creating products that are not only good for consumers, but also good for the planet. The future of sunflower oil manufacturing appears to be marked by continued innovation and an emphasis on sustainability. Factories will continue to adapt to new market demands, offering healthier products, such as oils with low trans fat content or without artificial additives. Additionally, with growing concerns about cardiovascular health and other diet-related issues, consumers are increasingly interested in oils that offer additional nutritional benefits. On the other hand, the industry will also have to address the challenges of climate change, which may affect sunflower production due to extreme weather conditions such as droughts or floods. The industry's ability to adapt to these changes will be crucial to ensuring consistent production of sunflower oil globally. The first stage of production begins in the sunflower fields, where farmers must choose the right sunflower varieties that offer the best performance in terms of oil content. In this sense, the genetic selection of seeds plays a fundamental role. High oleic sunflower varieties, for example, are prized for their increased stability and health benefits due to their monounsaturated fatty acids. Meanwhile, high-yield varieties are designed to offer higher oil yields. Sunflowers are grown in fertile soil, and their growth depends on factors such as temperature, amount of light alone, and water quality. Proper watering is key to ensuring plants grow strong and seeds have optimal oil content. Once the sunflowers have matured, the harvesting process becomes crucial. The seeds must be collected at their optimal point of maturity to ensure that the greatest amount of oil possible is obtained. If harvested too early, the oil in the seeds will not be fully developed, reducing yield. If left in the field for too long, seeds can lose their quality or be affected by pests or natural seed shedding. Sunflowers are harvested using specialized harvesting machines that cut the plants, remove the seeds from the heads, and store them in containers for immediate transport to the processing plant. Once the sunflower seeds arrive at the factory, the next step in the process is cleaning. During transportation and storage, seeds can pick up impurities such as soil, debris, and small plant particles. For the seeds to be ready for oil extraction, they must be cleaned and sorted. The cleaning process is carried out using cleaning machines that eliminate any type of impurities. The seeds pass through vibrators, sieves, and fans that help separate the sunflower seeds from any plant debris or stones that may have been left in transport. This process ensures that the seeds entering the extraction phase are free of contaminants, which is essential to obtain a pure and safe oil for consumption. Cleaned sunflower seeds are also sorted by size. Larger seeds generally contain more oil, so they are the ones used for oil extraction. The smaller ones, on the other hand, can be used for other products such as flour or animal feed. Sunflower seeds can sometimes contain excessive moisture after harvest, which can affect their ability to produce oil and their quality. Therefore, a drying process is used in factories to reduce the moisture content. The seeds are dried at controlled temperatures to ensure that they retain their integrity and that the oil content is not affected. The dried seeds are stored in silo spas or in well-ventilated warehouses until ready to be processed. The next step in the manufacture of sunflower oil is the extraction of the oil from the seeds. There are two main methods for extracting sunflower oil: cold pressing and solvent extraction. Both processes have advantages and disadvantages, and the method is chosen based on the required production and the quality of the desired oil. Cold pressing is a mechanical method used to extract oil from seeds without the need to apply heat. In this process, sunflower seeds are ground and then pressed using a hydraulic or mechanical press, causing the oil to be released from the seed cells. This method is highly valued because it does not heat the seeds, which helps preserve the natural nutrients and properties of the oil, such as unsaturated fatty acids, vitamins, and antioxidants. However, the amount of oil obtained is smaller compared to other methods, and generally this type of oil is used for organic or extra virgin products, which are more expensive and intended for a more select audience. The most common method in large-scale production of sunflower oil is solvent extraction. In this process, crushed sunflower seeds are mixed with hexane, a solvent that helps dissolve the oil present in the seeds. The solvent extracts most of the oil and then the hexane evaporates and is recycled in the process. Solvent extraction has the advantage of being highly efficient, since it allows a greater amount of oil to be obtained from each seed. However, the oil obtained in this way must go through an additional refining process to remove any traces of solvent and ensure that the final product is safe for consumption. Raw sunflower oil extracted from the seeds contains impurities, such as gums, free fatty acids, pigments, and unwanted components, which must be removed to make the oil suitable for consumption and have a smoother, more pleasant flavor. Refining is the process that allows the oil to be purified and improved before its sale. The first step in the refining process is degumming, which removes gums and phospholipids from the oil. These compounds can interfere with the flavor and stability of the oil, so they should be removed. The oil then goes through a neutralization process, where alkaline solutions are added to remove free fatty acids that can give the oil a rancid taste. The next step is bleaching, in which the oil is filtered through activated charcoal or clays to remove pigments that could alter the color of the oil. The oil then undergoes a deodorization process where the oil is heated under vacuum to eliminate any unwanted odor. This process helps ensure that sunflower oil has a pleasant, neutral flavor, suitable for use in a variety of culinary applications. After refining, sunflower oil is ready to be bottled and distributed. This process must be done quickly and efficiently to prevent the oil from oxidizing before it reaches consumers. The oil is poured into bottles or containers through automatic filling machines that ensure that each container contains the exact amount of oil. The containers are hermetically sealed to preserve the freshness of the oil and prevent oxygen from coming into contact with the contents, which could accelerate oxidation. Once the sunflower oil has been bottled and packaged, it is distributed through a global distribution network. Companies use refrigerated trucks and controlled warehouses to ensure that the oil reaches the points of sale in the best possible conditions. The production of sunflower oil, like other agricultural industries, has an environmental impact that must be considered. The cultivation process and manufacturing of oil require the use of water, energy, and natural resources, and factories must be responsible for managing the waste generated. However, the industry is taking steps to become more sustainable, implementing technologies that minimize waste, optimize resource use, and reduce emissions. The manufacturing of sunflower oil is a fascinating process that combines precision agriculture, advanced technology, and a sustainable approach to produce one of the most used oils in the world. From harvesting the seeds to final packaging, each step is carefully designed to ensure that the oil reaches consumers in the best possible quality. Thank you for reaching the end of the video. Comment on the word sunflower if you think it is the best natural oil that exists.